Hey, welcome. My name is Jeff Harrison with Swing Point Media. And the reason I'm on today is I want to share with you, as a local business owner, how to start leveraging some of these tools, these AI tools that you may have heard of, like ChatGPT. And one of the things I want to show you today specifically is how to use ChatGPT for creating social media posts, like on LinkedIn or TikTok or Facebook, whatever it might be. And I just want to show you the step by step and, quite honestly, some of the realities of what can happen and how to create the prompts, or it's like asking someone a question, how to ask the right question so you get the answer you want back. So I want to share that with you today. Now, I want to point out that I've already done this because, many years ago, somebody said, as an actor, he said, two things you don't want to work with: children and pets, because they're unpredictable. Well, quite honestly, the same thing can happen when it comes to technology. Live technology is challenging. So what I did is, just before I recorded this, I put in some of the prompts and saw how it worked out. And I'm going to walk you through this. And then if you want to actually have a copy of this, of course, you just have to email me at jeff@swingpointmedia, and I'll be more than happy to share this screen with you. But again, I'm going to be very transparent and show you exactly what I did and what the outcome was. Now, the goal here is to create content that will attract my ideal customer to Swing Point Media, using content and posts on 5 different platforms. And those 5 platforms would be LinkedIn, be Facebook, it'd be TikTok, it'd be Instagram, and it would be, let's see, Google Business Profile. All right, so 5 different platforms. Now, this is probably one of the things that I think, when someone is starting out with ChatGPT, they'll ask some questions and not give the AI enough information so that it understands exactly what you want. As an example, if I just ask, hey, create 5 different posts, or excuse me, create 7 days worth of posts on 5 different platforms for Swing Point Media, boom, and I put that in there, I'm going to get garbage. And so, what I'm going to share with you is, over the last probably almost 2 years of us working with AI, not just ChatGPT, but many different AI, of understanding how to prompt or nudge or give the right information to ChatGPT to make really good responses. Now, even with that being said, sometimes ChatGPT will struggle or not give back exactly what we want, and it'll take a little further clarification. So I want to share my screen with you now, and I just want to show you that process. So I'm going to make myself down here in the corner small. So what I did is the first thing you want to do is you want to set up exactly who you are and what you're doing. So I said I want to create social media posts for LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Google Business Profile. Each platform post should be customized to match the platform, using keywords and hashtags where it is beneficial. Now, the reason I put that in there is because each platform has some limitations. Some platforms don't allow you to put much information on there. Let's say, hypothetically, let's say, for instance, TikTok, it'll allow you to put, 500 characters. Well, if you wrote a really long description and you try to put it in there, it wouldn't work. If you try to put it into Google Business Profile, it has a limit of 750 characters. So what I wanted to do is, I wanted to create content specific for that platform. So I have to go back in and rework it. All right. And then, as you create these posts, please do so by separating them in each post using a headline, description, keywords, hashtag. If this makes sense, please reply with a yes only. Now, the reason I put please reply with a yes only, because it can get very flowery in its response. It can really go on. So I just want to say, hey, do you get this? Yes, great. And so I want to put out there, as it creates the post, please do so by separating each post. In other words, I wanted to say day one, LinkedIn, Facebook, and it has title, description, keywords, hashtags, whatever that may be for that platform. So that way I can simply copy and paste that, or give it to someone on my staff to then copy and paste it and put it into a scheduling tool. All right. So it says yes. So then I said, excellent. Now, if you noticed up here in the first part, I didn't tell them who it was for. I just want to make sure it understood the task and said, excellent. The company we are going to be doing this for, Swing Point Media. Now, this is an opportunity here. This is one of those things where you could literally take what I said, copy and paste it, and change that to put your company name in there. And it says they are located in Rancho Mirage. You can put where they're located, and they serve local service-based businesses. So you can put in there whatever your business is and wherever it services them, whatever it does in the Coachella Valley. Swingpoint Media is a digital content marketing company that attracts new customers by creating and posting helpful content about how online content marketing can help their businesses grow. So I gave it a pretty clear thought process of what it is, or the name of the company, where they are, who they serve, and what they want to do. And then I say, I want you to, and now I want to tell it the task. I want to have you create 7 days of highly engaging social media posts that will get SwingPoint Media's local ideal customers' attention through providing positive, helpful tips and strategy for using content marketing, including email marketing, to grow their business. Make sure to include in each post a call to action to reach out to SwingPoint Media for more information about how SwingPoint Media can help them. Use the number, and I put my number, my email address in there. So I've given it a lot of information. You can see how this is a lot different than saying, hey, just create seven posts or on 5 different platforms. That would be very limited, and you would get junk back. Now, and it says, so it responds back and it says, certainly. Let's see. Let me just go to this page. You pull it over here. Make sure we still have it. Yep, there it is. Okay, so now it says, certainly. Here are 7 days of engaging social media posts for SwingPoint Media. Each post is tailored to the respective platform to include the title, headline, description, keywords, and hashtags, along with specified call to action information. So it seems like it gets it, right? So here it is. It starts spitting this out, and it says day 1. Boost your business with content marketing. Description: cover how content marketing can drive growth to your local business. At Swingfoot Media, we specialize in helping Coachella Valley businesses thrive through effective content strategies. Reach out to us, blah, blah, blah. And it gives keywords and whatnot. But if you notice what happens, it says, okay, day 1, it gave me for LinkedIn, day 2 for Facebook, day 3 for Instagram, TikTok. And so I saw what was going on, and I said, hey, stop. No, you didn't quite get it. Of course, if you have any more questions or need further assistance in the future, please help me. It says, you're doing great. Now, again, I treat it like it's a human. It's like it's AI. I want to be kind and thoughtful. That's me. You may not choose to do that. I think it's a good idea to do that because I'm creating a relationship with this AI, not on a human level, but I want to be courteous. That's just me. It says, you're doing great. I want 5 posts a day, one for each of the platforms for the 7 days for a total of 35 posts. Certainly, I can help you with create 35 posts. So now you see, now it starts creating this for each platform for each day. And then it goes, now it does something really strange here. It says, hey, day 2 through 7, repeat the same format with new content and various, like, I know that. That's what I want you to do. Well, so I said, continue. So it continues. It gives me day 2. And then all of a sudden down here, 3 through 7. And so I said, continue and complete day 3 through 7. Okay. So now it goes through here, 4, 5, 6. It's being a little stubborn. So maybe it's one of those things like I wasn't complete enough in my conversation. So I said, yes, please complete for this. So it finally does what I needed to do. Now, when I say finally, here's the thing. This process probably took me 10 minutes, but in 10 minutes, I have 35 posts and I have the title, description, I have headlines. But now, wait a second. So I go back and I look at these and I'm like, are these really what I want? And I'm like, So they seem a little thin. Like as an example, title: engage your audience in compelling stories. Discover the art of storytelling and engage your audience like never before. Connect with. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be real engaged. That maybe the headline would get my attention, but I'd want to know a little bit more about, hey, how to do that. right? So I say down here, I said, hey, let's try again. The descriptions on each platform, we need to be fuller, just beyond the suggestion. Please create content to support the idea. Please try this for one day and let's review before moving on. So it says, okay, let's do this. So again, I'm just trying to clean up my act because what I'm going to do and what I want you to do as you're using this is I want you to then create your own prompts. So now every time you come in to create another 7 days or 30 days, whatever it would be, or a whole year, you already have the structure of your prompt because that's the old idea. It's like 1 plus 1, no matter where you are on the planet, always equals 2. So if you can create prompts that you can constantly be using and the outcome that it gives you, well, now you can do a couple things. One is it saves you a ton of time by using ChatGPT, but it also saves you a ton of wandering around trying to find the right thing. So it just becomes a prompt sheet for you. Now, the third thing and this is a beautiful thing, is now you have an opportunity to say, hey, let me give this to a VA or someone on my staff, and they can run this process. So their job is, hey, every 7 days or every 5 days, I want you to create 7 days worth of content using these prompts, right? And make sure they're varied. All right. So now I go through here and I say, okay, chat one. So I look at this and say, oh, all right. Yeah, this is a lot more in depth, right? So it has key takeaways. So I said, I like this. Can we use the problem agitate solution process? Now, this is called a PAS. There's many different types of ways to do this, but I like this. When here's a problem. Let's agitate a little bit and then provide a solution. So it understands this. And again, it knows already this particular process, right? So I just had to remind it, hey, this is how I want you to do this. So now it goes through here and it does day one. And it gives me a nice title, Struggling to Attract New Customers, Discover the Solution. Gives me a little description. It says the problem. In today's competitive market, many local businesses face the uphill battle of reaching and engaging their target audience effectively. This can result in stagnant growth and missed opportunities. Hey, that's a reality. That's a great problem, right? That catches people's attention. So if you're a local business out there and you see this from the headline, you put that in there, they're going to say, hey, I can identify with that, right? Because that's the whole idea. We're trying to trigger some mirror neurons of saying, yes, I can relate to that because I see myself in that situation. So let's see what it says. Agitate. Imagine the frustration of pouring time and resources into marketing efforts that don't yield the desired results. It can be disheartening to see your competitors thrive while your business struggles to gain traction. And little emoji on there. I love that. So you see, now that's an agitation. It's like if I do something, my wife says, well, how did that work out for you? Now you got to go back and do it. So she's agitating that problem I'm already facing. We're doing exactly the same thing here because we're now creating some emotion for our audience to now say, okay, so what's the solution? So we come down here, but there's good news. Swing Point Media specializes in solving this very challenge. With our expertise in content marketing, we have helped countless businesses in the Coachella Valley attract new customers and grow their brand on our tailored their brand. Our tailored strategies will address your specific pain points, craft compelling content that resonates with your audience, establish your business as a trusted authority in your industry. In other words, it is really doing a nice job here. So now I like this. So now if I wanted to go on, I could say, okay, so I said, hey, yes, this is much better and more of what I was thinking. Now you can see, now can you use the same process, again, keeping in mind the specific platform for length, and create one day a post for the 5 different platforms. So again, I'm going to test it and make sure it really understands what I want to do. So it comes down here, it says day 2 because it's already done day 1 up there. So day 2 is Facebook. Struggling to grow your local businesses, description, blah, blah, blah. So it does this. Give some takeaways. It does my keywords. Don't let your business stagnate any longer. Reach out to us at 413, blah, blah. There you go. Day 2 is headline. Expand your business. Description. Problem. Agitate. Solution. Excellent. Instagram. Same thing. Same thing. Go to TikTok. Same thing. Google Business Profile. Excellent. So now this is what we did. And now we have this. So now I could go in there and say, complete day 3 through 7 for this. And that would give me what I'm looking for. So my goal today was to teach you how to get started from the very beginning. So let's go back to the very top. We talked about what we want to do. We want to create, in other words, hey, this is what I want the outcome to be. This is how I want it to be. Now, if I were to redo this, I would say um, at the bottom of this, I would say keywords using the PAS formula. If this makes sense, please reply with a yes only. And it would say yes. And I would say, bang, there it goes. Now I would give the description of who I am. Now, here's the interesting part. In your ChatGPT, I can't do this because I use it for multiple clients. But if you're using for one, you can actually go into your profile and you can add who you are. In other words, you can put your ideal avatar, you can put who you are, everything about your business. So now when you come in here, it already knows that stuff, right? For me, we have to create this outside of ChatGPT and then put it back in there when we need it for each client. Now, before I let you go, I want to point out ChatGPT is excellent, and I say excellent for these type of short pieces of content, right? I would still go back, or someone on my staff would still go back and read every one of these posts and make sure they're correct, right? And make sure that they're relevant. But the point is, for short bursts of information, like these social media posts, or creating a list of topics that you could write blog posts on and an outline, that would be great. But to actually write the blog post and say, hey, I want to write a 2,000 word blog post, that's going to be a challenge for it. There's a term that you probably heard, maybe you haven't, is called hallucination. And so what'll happen is ChatGPT or AI in general will start creating something, and because it has a target of 1,000 words or 2,000 words, whatever it is, and it runs out of thoughts, new creative ideas, it will start hallucinating, and that may be something where it starts repeating itself. And all of a sudden, you're going, wait a minute, this isn't working well. It's almost like saying a shovel is good for one thing. I wouldn't try to use it as a hammer. So if you know what it's good for, then it won't distract you or disappoint you when it puts out information that is not beneficial, that you'll see as garbage. Trust me, we've tried this before. As an example, is this good for emails? Yeah, because emails aren't that long, right? It could put out an email pretty quickly. If you put in the right prompts and you put in the right information, which are the prompts, you can create some amazing email content literally in seconds. That now you can go back in and say, wow, here it is. Or let's say, for instance, if you're trying to create, and I'll do another video on this, of creating an irresistible offer, and maybe you need to create maybe a lead magnet. Well, maybe you can go back in there and say, something about the nature. Now if you use the same thing, is like, this is what I want you to do. The goal. This is my company. This is who we work with, and this is what I want to provide as an irresistible offer. Can you create a lead magnet? And once it gets that, now you can say, could you create a follow-up sequence of emails for 4 or 5 emails in that? The opportunities are endless. Now, here's the beauty of all of this, and the reason I'm sharing this with you. Technology is a tool. If you know how to use it, you can leverage it and you can save valuable time and, quite honestly, money. Because if you or someone in your organization learns how to do this, and you have a process for social media, and you have a process for this for, you have your set of prompts for social media, and you have a set of prompts for email creation, and you have a set of prompts for let's say uh, online advertising. Well, then you could say, okay, gosh, I have these prompts and I know the outcome. So what you could do is you could say, again, you could outsource that to someone on your staff, or you could hire a VA and you can say, this is what I want you to do. And then you bring it back and you review that, or someone in your on your staff that are physically in your location, you're going to look that over and make sure it works for you, that it's relevant and there's no hallucination going on. There may be some touch up. We call it AIO. That's artificial intelligence optimized, right? Sorry about that. I mean, hit the mic. So those are just some thoughts. So I want to wrap it up by saying this is an opportunity for you to save money and save valuable time. This is like, AI. There's a lot of folks that are resisting this. Like, oh, I don't want to know how to do this. But here's the deal. This is what I keep hearing, and what I'm seeing in reality is it is disrupting a lot of things in our world, not for the bad, but for the good. Some people might say, well, people are losing their jobs. Well, as an example, some of our people that were writers are now the AIO people, or they are the prompt people. They put the prompts in and then they get it out, right? And then they optimize it. So they haven't lost their job. They're just retooling their knowledge. The beauty about that is in our writers, they already have a depth of knowledge in sentence structures and content and things of that nature. And now, where it used to take 3 days, it takes like 3 minutes to create a piece of content. And then they can spend an hour reviewing it and making sure the links are correct, all that stuff. So they haven't lost their job. We've just reshuffled them. We've retrained them to do that. And that's what I see, quite honestly, a lot of this is going to do. It's going to take some of these repetitive things and it's going to make it even better. So, with that, I want to wrap that up. My name is Jeff Harrison, Swingpoint Media. If you have questions about this, more questions, or you'd like to learn more, let me know. As you see, my name is, my email address is jeff@swingpoint media. Drop me a line. Let me know. Say, hey, I watched your video and I like what you said, but I'd like some one-on-one training. Do I do that? I do it online. I would help walk you through that. I'm not cheap because this is something we do on a daily basis, but I'd be more than happy to coach you. I do have a program for that, and we can talk about that more offline. All right. Hey, have a great day. I hope you'll give this a shot. By the way, ChatGPT is free. There is a paid version, which you saw here. This is actually, no, I'm 3.5, but I have a 4.0 turbo that actually you can use. And the difference is it's now accessing the internet. Okay. But in this situation, I didn't access the internet. We just used ChatGPT, the regular one, and it's faster. But it does make some mistakes, as you can see what's going on. So anyway, with this, I'm signing off. I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you.